was a time when turning over a record felt like opening a secret door. The hit waited on one side, polished for radio, while the flip often held something stranger, quieter, or unexpectedly brilliant. In and around 1975, those overlooked tracks carried heartbreak, humor, experimentation, and even moments of musical history. Some eventually escaped the shadows and became classics themselves. Others remained private discoveries for listeners who let the needle keep spinning. These are 15 iconic B-sides that deserve to be heard again.
Mississippi, she's calling my name.
Number 1. Black Water by the Doobie Brothers.
Water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining?
Some songs arrive like a river at dusk, moving so gently that no one expects them to change a band's history. Black Water first appeared behind Another Park, Another Sunday, the side intended to receive the radio attention.
That fish are jumping, that paddle wheel bumping.
Yet listeners gradually found Patrick Simmons' acoustic performance, and the supposed secondary track began gathering a life of its own. Producer Ted Templeman had not considered it obvious single material,
Keep rolling on fast, just the same.
especially with its unusual blend of finger-picked guitar, viola, southern atmosphere, and an unaccompanied vocal passage. Once radio stations began playing it, the song crossed over completely,
Black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining?
becoming the Doobie Brothers' first #1 hit in 1975. The original A-side had peaked much lower. That reversal still feels wonderfully fitting. Black Water reminds us that the quietest song on a record can sometimes travel the farthest.
The friendly state of Tennessee.
Number 2. Sally G by Paul McCartney and Wings.
Sally, Sally G.
Picture Paul McCartney slipping away from stadium-sized expectations and into a glowing Nashville club, listening as country stories drift through the room. Sally G grew from that atmosphere during Wings' 1974 Tennessee sessions. McCartney recorded it with respected country players,
Nashville town, I met a pretty.
including fiddlers Johnny Gimbel and Vassar Clements, along with pedal steel guitarist Lloyd Green. Inspiration also came from Printer's Alley, Nashville's celebrated strip of late-night clubs and performers.
Pretty big fool out of me. And they call
Released behind the harder-rocking Junior's Farm, the song attracted enough attention to become a charting record in its own right. What keeps it from feeling like a novelty is McCartney's sincerity.
you wanna do the things you do to me. You're
He embraces country music's directness, using a bright arrangement to carry a small story of disappointment and longing. Sally G sounds like a musical postcard from a visitor who briefly found another home. Number 3. Maryanne by Bay City Rollers. For anyone who remembers tartan scarves, bedroom posters, and the bright rush of roller mania, Maryanne feels like a forgotten snapshot tucked inside an old scrapbook. The song backed Money Honey, released during the Bay City Rollers' enormous British campaign in late 1975. Before the single reached American listeners the following year, while the A-side became a major international hit, reaching the upper levels of charts in Britain, Canada, and the United States. Maryanne remained the more private discovery. It was written by band members Eric Faulkner and Stuart Wood, a meaningful detail for a group often viewed mainly through the machinery of teen idol pop. Behind the screaming crowds were musicians trying to shape their own identity. The track carries that youthful mixture of sweetness and urgency. Maryanne is not just nostalgia for a band. It is nostalgia for being young enough to believe every record understood you. Number 4. I Saw Her Standing There by Elton John Band with John Lennon. The applause at Madison Square Garden on November 28, 1974, sounded like pure celebration. Only later did the performance acquire the ache of a farewell. John Lennon joined Elton John after promising to appear if Whatever Gets You Through the Night reached #1. A result Lennon reportedly never expected. Together they performed 3 songs, including this early Beatles favorite, later placed behind Philadelphia Freedom in 1975. The choice carried added poignancy. Because the song was closely associated with Paul McCartney's youthful songwriting voice. No one in the arena knew they were witnessing Lennon's final full concert appearance. What seemed like a joyful guest spot became one of rock's last glimpses of him beneath the stage lights. This B-side did more than preserve a performance. It preserved history. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Number 5. Welcome to the Machine by Pink Floyd. Few B-sides have ever sounded so vast, cold, and unsettling. Welcome to the Machine appeared behind Have a Cigar on the American single. Although other territories sometimes received a different flip side, the pairing was almost too perfect. 2 songs from Wish You Were Here, confronting the machinery of the music business while being packaged and sold by that same system. Much of the track's atmosphere came from synthesizers, processed sounds, and studio construction rather than a conventional band performance. Even the A-side carried an unusual twist, with guest singer Roy Harper delivering the lead vocal instead of a member of Pink Floyd. On the reverse, the band built an environment that seemed to swallow the listener whole. It captured the fear that creativity could become another product on an assembly line. Welcome to the Machine made alienation sound less like an idea than a place. Number 6. I Can't Help It, If I'm Still in Love with You by Linda Ronstadt. By the mid-1970s, Linda Ronstadt could make an old country standard feel as immediate as a confession whispered after midnight. Her version of I Can't Help It, If I'm Still in Love with You, appeared behind You're No Good, the pop smash that carried her to #1. Yet the reverse side created its own remarkable story, climbing to #2 on Billboard's country chart. Written and first recorded by Hank Williams in 1951, the song found a new emotional life on Heart Like a Wheel. An album that effortlessly crossed country, rock, folk, and soul. Ronstadt never sounds as though she is preserving a museum piece. Her voice holds the ache close, balancing restraint with unmistakable longing. The result is both traditional and deeply personal. Some heartbreak changes with fashion, but this song reminds us that certain feelings never learn how to leave. Number 7. I'm in Love with My Car by Queen. There is a wonderfully reckless confidence in a song that treats chrome, speed, and machinery with the intensity of a love affair. Written and sung by Roger Taylor, I'm in Love with My Car sat behind Bohemian Rhapsody. Perhaps the most intimidating A-side imaginable. The inspiration reportedly came from Queen roadie Jonathan Harris and his devotion to a Triumph TR4, while the engine heard near the ending belonged to Taylor's Alfa Romeo. A famous band story claims Taylor locked himself in a cupboard until the track was chosen as the B-side, though that detail is best treated as colorful Queen folklore. What matters is the conviction. Taylor never plays the obsession as a joke, which is why it works. Passion can make almost anything sacred. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next.
Can you lend me a few bucks? Tonight, can you get us a ride?
Number 8. Meeting Across the River by Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, this is our last chance.
A muted trumpet, a weary piano, and a man trying to sound braver than he feels. Meeting Across the River creates an entire film before the first minute has passed. Released behind Born to Run, it offered none of the A-side's roaring escape.
I make it through the tunnel. Got a meeting with a man on the...
Instead, Springsteen drew listeners into a shadowy scheme involving borrowed money, a nervous friend, and one last chance to appear important. Jazz trumpeter Randy Brecker and bassist Richard Davis
Hey, this guy, he's the real thing.
gave the recording its smoky, late-night character, separating it from the usual E Street sound. The track was recorded late in the Born to Run sessions and became the perfect bridge into the album's closing epic, Jungle Land.
So if you wanna come along, you gotta promise you won't say.
Its power lies in what remains unsaid. The narrator talks like success is waiting across the river, yet every pause suggests defeat is already nearby. The saddest dreams may be the ones still pretending to be plans. Number 9. It Doesn't Matter Anymore by Linda Ronstadt. Old records often carry emotions that contradict their titles, and It Doesn't Matter Anymore is a perfect example. Paul Anka wrote the song for Buddy Holly, but Linda Ronstadt brought it into the 1970s with a voice that made resignation sound unfinished.
Left me here so I could sit and cry.
Placed behind When Will I Be Loved, the track refused to remain hidden, charting across pop, country, and adult contemporary radio. That three-format success showed how naturally Ronstadt moved between audiences during the success of Heart Like a Wheel.
Golly gee, what have you done to me?
The arrangement is graceful and controlled, but the feeling underneath never settles. She sounds like someone closing a door while still listening for footsteps on the other side. Its beauty lies in the tension between acceptance and attachment.
I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
Can a goodbye song still break your heart after it claims the feeling is gone? Yes or no? Comment yes if you agree.
See my way, so I won't be
Number 10. Getaway by Kiss.
away, to get away, to leave this old town.
Before Kiss became a permanent symbol of arena rock excess, Getaway captured the band in a younger, hungrier state. The song backed the original studio release of Rock and Roll All Night in 1975.
I felt alone, but that's on me.
A version that reached only number 68 before the later live recording became the breakthrough hit. Ace Frehley wrote Getaway, but Peter Criss handled the lead vocal because Frehley had not yet begun singing his own songs on Kiss records.
I know, one thing is that I know.
Even more surprisingly, the forceful ending later used in live performances of Rock and Roll All Night was borrowed from this B-side. In that sense, Getaway quietly survived inside the band's most famous anthem.
Got no dough, should I stay or should I go?
Beneath the guitars and swagger is a simple, familiar urge. Leave town, outrun responsibility, and find a life that feels larger. Here, the hidden song supplied the famous one with its final burst of freedom. Number 11. Magneto and Titanium Man by Wings. There are records that return us to old bedrooms, comic books spread across the floor while the radio glowed nearby. Magneto and Titanium Man brought that world into Wings' rock universe, placing Marvel villains Magneto, Titanium Man, and Crimson Dynamo inside one of Paul McCartney's most playful story songs. Recorded at Sea Saint Studios in New Orleans during the Venus and Mars sessions, it appeared behind the single Venus and Mars Rock Show in late 1975. While the A-side was trimmed substantially for radio, the flip remained a compact comic book adventure filled with crime, confusion, and bright theatrical energy. McCartney never sounds embarrassed by the silliness. He treats imagination as something worth protecting. That warmth is the song's real secret. Magneto and Titanium Man remembers when pop music, Saturday comics, and childhood wonder could all belong to the same universe. Number 12, I'm So Afraid by Fleetwood Mac.
I'm so afraid the way I feel.
Some songs do not simply describe anxiety. They seem to breathe with it. Lindsey Buckingham's I'm So Afraid appeared behind Over My Head, the Christine McVie single that helped introduce Fleetwood Mac's new lineup to American radio. Yet the darker track had roots in an earlier chapter. Buckingham originally developed it for a second Buckingham Nicks album that was never completed, carrying the song with him when he and Stevie Nicks joined Fleetwood Mac. That history gives the recording a feeling of unfinished business finally finding a home. Against the A-side's warmth, this flip side feels isolated and storm-bound, its guitar tension tightening around Buckingham's vulnerable vocal. The band would later turn it into a dramatic concert showcase. But the studio version remains strikingly inward. I'm So Afraid is what happens when private fear becomes powerful enough to fill an arena. Number 13, Midnight Ride by Styx. Imagine a small Midwestern club after midnight. The stage lights low, and the amplifiers pushed harder than anyone expected. Midnight Ride captures Styx before their grandest arena rock years, when their music still carried a rougher edge beneath the keyboards and harmonies. The song appeared on the 1975 album Equinox, and later backed Lorelei when that single was released in the United States in early 1976, making it the chronological exception in this collection. While Dennis DeYoung's melodic A-side reached the American Top 30 and climbed even higher in Canada, the reverse gave guitarist James J.Y. Young a tougher showcase. Its urgency revealed another side of a band often remembered for polished drama and elaborate production. Long before the giant stages, Styx could sound restless, direct, and dangerous. Midnight Ride preserves the moment before ambition became spectacle. Number 14, Chrome Sitar by T-Rex. By 1975, glam rock's glitter had begun to fade, but Mark Bolan could still make strangeness shimmer beneath the surface. Chrome Sitar backed New York City on the British single, although some international editions used Solid Baby instead. That territorial difference made the track a discovery available only to certain listeners turning over certain pressings. Both songs later appeared on Futuristic Dragon in 1976, meaning the single offered an early glimpse of Bolan's next creative chapter. While New York City reached the British Top 20, Chrome Sitar remained the more peculiar treasure, combining hard-edged rock imagery with the mystical language Bolan had carried from his earlier psychedelic years. It feels glamorous, but not comfortably so. The shine has shadows around it. Chrome Sitar sounds like the last light reflecting from a party everyone knows is ending. Number 15, Misdemeanor / Burn on the Flame by Sweet. The final turn of the record depends on where you bought it. In Britain and parts of Europe, Fox on the Run was backed by Misdemeanor, sometimes printed as Misdemeanor. In the United States, listeners found Burn on the Flame instead. creating two hidden endings for the same worldwide hit. The familiar 1975 version of Fox on the Run was newly recorded and self-produced. Separate from Sweet's earlier album take. It also marked a declaration of independence. This was the first Sweet A-side written by the band, rather than supplied by hitmakers Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman. The song reached number 2 in Britain and number 5 in America, but its alternate flip sides reveal the group's deeper creative struggle. Here, the B-side was more than a bonus. It was evidence of a band reclaiming its own voice. The beauty of these B-sides is not merely that they were overlooked. It is that they remind us how listening once required curiosity. You had to turn the record over, lower the needle, and give the unfamiliar song a chance. Behind famous hits were private confessions, strange experiments, comic fantasies, and performances that became historic only with time. Some of these tracks escaped obscurity, while others still wait in the shadows of better-known songs. Tell us which forgotten flip side deserves another spin. And subscribe to Retro Rewind for more journeys through the music that memory refuses to leave behind.